Learning objectives. After completing this module, you will be able to define latitude population, identify the important elements of the population and its composition criteria, understand how the sex ratio is important to understand the status of women in the society, categorize the population pyramids. Sex ratio and age-sex pyramid. Population categorization. The population of a country can be categorized on the basis of various attributes. Sex ratio. The ratio of the male's population to female's population in the total population of a country is called the sex ratio. In India, it can be calculated as the number of females per 1,000 males. Sex ratio represents the status of a woman in a country. Most of the Asian countries have low sex ratio as compared to the greater part of Europe, including Russia, where males have lower sex ratio than females. Although the females have the natural advantage of being more resilient, yet this gets dominated by the social disadvantages and the females face social discrimination. Age structure. Age structure represents the total number of individuals of each age group in the total population of a country. The given graph represents the age structure in India. It represents that in India, the individual with the age of 15 to 59 years falls under the category of the working population, while the individuals with the age above 60 years come under the aging and depending population. The age group from 0 to 14 years represents the young population and the birth rate of the particular country. Age-sex pyramid. It is a graphical representation that shows the distribution of age and sex in a population. The given graph is India's age-sex pyramid. There are three types of population pyramid: expanding, constant, and declining population pyramids. Expanding population pyramids. It shapes like a triangle and consists of a broad base, indicate high birth rate as shown here with the Nigeria population pyramid. Constant population pyramid. Such type of population pyramids is bell-shaped, that narrowed at the bottom. This shows the equal number of individuals in each age group as shown in Australia's pyramid. Declining population pyramids. Such type of pyramids shows the low birth and the death rates with a narrow base and a tapered top. For example, Japan's declining population. Rural-urban composition. The rural and the urban lifestyles are totally different from each other, as the rural people are engaged mostly in primary activities, while the urban population is engaged in non-primary activities. The rural-urban sex composition of the 6 countries is shown here. From this, we can conclude that the Canada and Finland are totally opposite to Zimbabwe and Nepal. The number of female population in Canada and Finland is due to more job opportunities for females, while in contrast to this, sex ratio in Asian urban areas is male-dominated. Literacy. By knowing the literacy rate of a country, the social status of females, education facilities, and government policy status can be measured. Occupational structure. Division of the population into different categories on the basis of the occupation is called the occupational structure. A country can be defined as developed if the big part of the population is working in the secondary, tertiary, and quaternary sector. While if the bigger proportion of people engaged in primary activities, then country's economy is still at the primitive stage, and that country could be defined as the underdeveloped country. Summary. Let us summarize what we have learned in this module. Most important elements of population composition are age, sex, education, and the place of living. The number and proportion of males and females in each age group have a considerable impact on the population's current and future social and economic situation. The ratio of the male's population to female's population in the total population of a country is called the sex ratio. An age structure represents the total number of individuals of each age group in the total population of a country. Age-sex pyramid is a graphical representation that shows the distribution of age and sex in a population. There are three types of population pyramids: expanding, constant, and declining population pyramids.